Hello there. Happy Friday. I thought it's Friday night, we might as well have a little fun and read some Edgar Allan Poe, who, it struck me this week when I was thinking about it, is sort of like my gateway poet. He's the first poet I can remember being obsessed with, reading voraciously, admiring deeply, when I was like 9 or 10, and I just had like some kind of portal to Poe. I don't remember what it was, and I just became obsessed with his short stories and poems. And I'm so glad I did, because it makes sense that this was kind of the birth of my love of poetry, was as a kid reading Edgar Allan Poe, who was born in 1809 and died in 1849 under mysterious circumstances. Of course, famous American master of the macabre, romantic Gothic writer, progenitor of mystery fiction, or detective fiction, I guess, and science fiction. And all around weird dude. And this poem that I'd like to read today is one of my favorites, The Conqueror Worm, which was originally published in 1843 by itself in a magazine, and then republished in 1845 in Poe's short story, Ligeia, during which the character of Ligeia, who is this sort of like raven-haired Gothic beauty who is dying, insists that her lover recite this poem, which she has written, called The Conqueror Worm. And in my book, we've got this, oh, if you can see it, there's a great illustration of the character of Ligeia. It dawned on me that I don't actually have a book of Poe poetry at this point in my life, which is a real shame. I do, however, have this really marvelous, beautiful old hardcover collected tales of Edgar Allan Poe. So I have Ligeia, which we picked up at the estate sale of the great Detroit art patron and industrialist James Duffy, and it's one of my cherished books. Okay, it's dusk in Detroit, so you might hear the sound of cars zooming around outside. What are you gonna do? The Conqueror Worm. Lo, 'tis a gala night within the lonesome latter years. An angel throng, bewinged, bedight in veils, and drowned in tears, sits in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in the form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly, mere puppets they, who come and go at bidding of vast, formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings in visible woe. That motley drama, oh be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased forevermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth into the self-same spot, and much of madness and more of sin and horror the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes, with mortal pangs the mimes become its food, and the seraphs sob at vermin fangs in human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form, the curtain, a funeral pall, comes down with the rush of a storm. And the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the tragedy, man, and its hero, the Conqueror Worm. Thank you.